Hello everyone, this is Payal from Food Furia. I'm sure you all must have picked up a hobby during this lockdown to keep yourself busy. Um, so even I have, a small terrace garden. I would like to take you around in this video. This makeshift arrangement has really helped me during this lockdown when going out has become really difficult. But before I can take you around, I would like to tell you something really quickly that whatever plants you will see today are done in coco peat. So you must be wondering what is coco peat. Coco peat is like a natural fiber made out of coconut husk. It is also called coir. It's easily available in the nursery and even online. So basically it's a good absorbent of water, and because of that, even during summers, if you skip giving water to your plants, it keeps them hydrated. One request I would like to make you all is that after going through my terrace garden, I would request that you all also try it at your home, not as a quarantine routine or as a DIY project, but these plants add great freshness and to your homes, and the herbs and the vegetables can be a great addition to your kitchen. Just think picking up your own produce every morning and using it in a dish. It just sounds so amazing. I just picked out these fresh produce of strawberry from my plant. Now, fun fact about strawberry is that if you want to store, fresh strawberries, you can just wash them, cut the stems away, and you can store them in it. So let's start with the herbs first, and then we'll carry on from there. Let's go. So the first herb I will be talking about is lemongrass. This is a Thai variety of lemongrass, and I also have an Indian variety of lemongrass right here. This one I have picked up from my associated farm in Kerala. So you must be knowing that lemongrass has really beautiful medicinal properties. Its essential oils and even its citronella candles are being sold in the markets today. They are also considered as natural bug repellent, and essential oil, if added to your diffuser, can help in mosquito repellent and also leaves a fine fragrance at your home. So the next herb is this plant over here, rosemary. One fun fact about rosemary is that it is part of mint family. Now you all must be going to the market to pick up a container of rosemary, but just think that if you can open up a garden in your own house and just pick up a few leaves and put it in your own dish, it just smells so beautiful and very aromatic, rather than going to the market and picking up those dried leaves container. Just next to it we have oregano. Now, I don't think this herb needs any introduction because we all have been using it a lot nowadays. We all are very much aware of it. It is used in almost all type of Italian dishes, especially tomato-centric and olive-centric dishes. Now, let's move on, and I would like to take you straight to basil, also called sweet basil. Now, one thing I would like to tell you is that basil and tulsi are two different kind of plants. They are not same herbs. They are definitely not. And you can just see here, the leaves of both the herbs are very different. If you can just zoom in, this is tulsi and this is basil. So basil is mostly used for culinary activities, and tulsi is a sacred plant. Okay, and another thing about tulsi is that it has got Ayurvedic properties and has got major healing properties. But basil can be used as a herb for cooking. But so just remember that they both are very different. They are not same. They taste very different, and even the fragrance of both of them are very different. So next plant I would like to talk about is sweet neem or meetha neem, or you can also call it curry leaves. I don't think that I need to tell you much about it because this is used majorly in South Indian cuisine and Sri Lankan cuisine, and you can even add it to your lentils and other things just to add that extra flavor to it, a different flavor to it. Now, after finishing the herbs, I would like you to take a look in my greenhouse. It is not that huge, but I have tried to use the space as much in a good way as possible. Just have a quick look how I have utilized the space inside. So as you must be seeing that there are many plants inside, I would like to talk about first this one. This is an orchid, and I got this from Shillong when I went there. Do go there, it's a beautiful place, beautiful people and amazing cuisine. But why I got you inside was majorly because of this plant here. This is celery. Now celery is a beautiful vegetable. You can add it to your stir fry, you can add it to your salads or smoothies or juices. And the best part about celery is that it is one of those vegetables which retains its nutrients even when blanched, boiled or steamed. It is 95% water. So basically if you have it every day, your fluid content will always stay up and you will stay hydrated. So it can be a good snack for summer. It is not only a diet food but even a very healthy food because it is high in dietary fibers, and if you will eat this, you will not have those unnecessary binges to eat your knickknacks and snacks whole day, especially during lockdown when you have not much to do around. So and trust me, if you are doing that, you will regret it later. So please add food with dietary fibers in your daily meal, because it will keep you going and it will keep you active rather than making you lazy and regretting later on that what all we had during this time when we were not doing much around. So finally we have reached to the vegetable part of my garden. So the first vegetable I want to show is the grandfather of all the vegetables, what we call cabbage. Trust me, it is actually one of the oldest vegetable and it is still coming, and I don't think it is ever going to stop, so please eat it. Another thing that you should know about cooking the cabbage is never cook it in an aluminium pot, because it is said that it has some chemical reaction with it and it changes the color and also changes the flavor of it. So if you can see, just next to my cabbage are mint leaves. They actually don't need any sort of explanation that how to use it, why to use it. We all are very much aware of it. Just in front of the cabbage are bell peppers, green bell peppers. We also call them capsicum. You know that they come in variety of colors, orange and yellow and red. So, and trust me, they all taste very different than each other. Though they all belong to the same family, but they are very, very different. This is one of those vegetables which are very versatile. You can add it in any sort of food, any sort of cuisine, and they just add their own zing to it. Let's move on and we can go to strawberries. But before covering strawberries, I'd like to show you my tomato crop. This was the last crop which I picked up in the morning itself. Now it's done for this season. And just think how cute it is that you come up in the morning and you pick up tomatoes and add it to your salads. And they are just so fresh and refreshing, much better than what you get in supermarkets. Now coming down to strawberries, I don't have so many of them out yet or fully done yet, but what I would like to tell you, the fun fact about strawberries is that it is the only fruit which has its seed, which wears its seed outside. And another thing is that strawberry is very high in antioxidants, so it is definitely anti-aging. Another thing is that strawberry plant is perennial in nature. So what it means is that if you put it this season, if you sow it this season, it might not give you fruits immediately, but when it does, it will give you a good yield and it will come again the next season and the next season and the next season. So basically you're good for approximately 5 years and you don't have to do too much to it. It is, very stable in itself. Let's move forward and we can go to chives. This is a great replacement for garlic, and you can use it as toppings, as seasoning, and if you want to avoid garlic totally, you can just use this instead of it. Now coming down to our next vegetable, which is zucchini. You can see there is one small one here, and I would like to take you to another one as well that I have here, which is this one. You can see there is another one over there. So amazing thing about zucchini is even its flower is edible. It is actually considered as a delicacy, and one zucchini has only 25 calories basically. And if you want to know a fun thing about it, one zucchini is called a zucchina. So if you go to the market and want to know how to purchase it, so always go for a smaller size or a middle or a medium size one, not for the big one, just because these small one and the medium one, they taste much better. And another thing is go for the darker peel, and because it has more nutritional value to it. So that was all from my side today, and I will try to catch you up with guys again sometime. I hope you enjoyed this quick tour around my terrace garden, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask and I'll be more than happy to answer. One last thing that I want to tell you is regarding the sweetening. Don't confuse it with that big tree of neem. Those leaves are really sour. You cannot use them for cooking. It has got antibacterial benefits to it, but it should not be used for cooking. It is really, really sour. I forgot to tell you at that point of time, so I thought I should just update this as well. So until next time, please stay safe and stay inside.